You know what I want?
What's that?
I'm going to sound like a broken record here over the next few months or hopefully few years, is that I really want to live in a world where everyone has the ability to take their own health and happiness into their own hands, and that they have the right information they need in order to be able to eliminate, for the most part, the need to go to doctors to get the proper nutrition and fitness that they need.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I feel like, just as an example, people in our family and both our sides, that I think the information that they need is just not out there. And when you're dealing with things like potentially diabetes and all that's, from being overweight as well too, and how unhealthy that is, I think the information's not there that they need to be able to do what they need to do to get healthy. And that really is for me is what we're trying to do here, and what we want to do is get that information out there and learn as much as we can so that people can be healthy and get healthy. Because for the longest time I was unhealthy. I was super unhealthy. And I'm just starting to get better now. And I don't want that for anybody, really. Like, to be that unhealthy is just, it's not good. And the information is out there. Like, the things that doctors say and the things that doctors do and things that they don't know, it's kind of mind-boggling.
It is.
Like, remember our doctor and what she did with Tristan and her diagnosis.
Lack of
diagnosis. It was just, you can't believe it. And with our healthcare system, it's like doctors are just not always, they don't know everything. They're not superheroes. I mean, I don't want to say all doctors are bad. That's not the point of what I'm trying to say. But when doctors learn how to treat symptoms and just try to prolong your life by any means necessary, they don't know things like nutrition and what food does to the body. And they just don't know this stuff. They don't learn it in school. They just read textbooks about. I think
the other thing that's really important in this as well is not only are they not educated in that aspect, they don't know how to properly interact with patients. Like, I don't know if they're taught kind of like, I don't know if there's like a class or whatever where they talk about discussing things with patients, but in our experience, and I've had quite a lot of experience with doctors, it's all about how any type of change that needs to be made, how it can be integrated into that person's life, because there's not a one size fits all way to integrate something into someone's life. Like, especially with different cultures, like different people's values for things, it just doesn't work. And so being able to not only have the education and the information to give to patients, but to see how they can actually integrate it and do it in their life. I think that's bigger. That's even bigger, I think, than even just having the information, is making it relevant to that patient's life. Yeah. So they can incorporate it. Yeah.
Anyways, the reason I just want to say that is because it's just so frustrating. I was watching some videos and listening to some podcasts yesterday, and people are talking about diets and nutrition and what they think could work for other people, and they're just giving out misinformation. And they're just like, oh yeah, this, like eating fat is bad for you. It's not going to make you lose weight. And it's not true. It's not true at all. Like, obviously, if you're going to be downing a stick of butter every single day, that's not healthy for you. But if you're having and that's it. And who does that, right? Like, nobody does that. Right. But if you increase the good fats in your diet and decrease your carbohydrates and your sugar, it's going to have a positive effect on you. So
absolutely.
Anyways, it's just so frustrating, but that's one of the main goals that we have for NutUp. And I just wanted to say that because, I don't know. It's
just about, on your mind today.
Yeah. It's just on my mind, and it's just part of the philosophy that we have and kind of why we're doing this. And I just wanted to, just to reiterate and put it out there that, I know you and I, we love to have fun and just make videos just because it's fun and it's great. But at the same time, I want to make sure that we have good information out there and things that people can actually learn.
Yeah.
Because
well, not just like good information, but science-backed information. I think for me, that's what it is, because I think you kind of told me about this podcast. I think this is the one you're telling me about.
Yeah.
You told me about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, well, where's your evidence to back it up?
They're just talking and like, yeah, it's funny, right? Because they're communities. But I mean, the thing is, I mean, this is watched by millions of people, literally millions. And it's like, people are going to be like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You read the comments, yeah, that makes sense. It's like, no, it doesn't make sense. It's terrible.
But that's the thing, right? Is I think people, they don't think about that responsibility that they have not necessarily, or they just don't care, or it's just,
Well, that's an interesting point, because I don't know, like if we had millions of viewers or whatever, people that were listening to this, like, I don't want to have to think about, is what I'm saying accurate or true or whatever. I mean, obviously I'm going to try to do it the best of my sense, but if it's what I believe in, like for instance, we're talking about what we believe in right now. Yeah. Maybe in 5 years that'll completely change. Yeah. Like who knows, right? We'll get new information and new knowledge. But at least if we try to be as true as we can and say like, this is what we know at this stage of the game and this is why we know it. Yeah. Then at least.
But that's what I'm saying. At least like it's backed right now. The science backs what we're kind of doing, like what we're doing, it backs it. And so I'm fine. If the science changes, then that's the awesome thing about being human, is your opinion can change, right? Like,
for sure. Yeah. I guess it's more of a philosophical, not debate that we're having, but just an idea as to what is okay to say. And if, people that have a lot of audience members or whatever, if they should say things or shouldn't say things, I think people could just say whatever they want. Like, I mean,
well, of course.
At the end of the day, some people still need to take responsibility for
absolutely
what they believe in and doing some work on their own to figure things out.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I don't know. Anyways, that's enough about that. So there's just a few things that I wanted to maybe discuss with you today. Just as we're still starting up this whole Nut Up show and talking about what we're doing to basically re-engineer our lives into living the way that we want to live in. And of course, health and fitness is a big aspect of it. But there's also like the business side of things and the financial side in terms of how we want to live and how things are going to end up being for us, being married and having 2 kids and school and all that kind of stuff. There's so many different things to put into just so many things that we need to think about. Yeah. And I just wanted to get your thoughts, and I guess I could share my thoughts as to what that looks like and what we want. And I'll say, for me, the goal that I've always had in life, it's been like a long time goal, and I've been pursuing it for quite a while now, is trying to have a business and that could sustain us. So that'll give us the freedom to be able to do the things that we want to do. Yeah. And what I mean by that is to generate enough income so that we don't have to work at a traditional job, so that we can focus on the things that we love to do. Yeah. And that's kind of like hard stop. Like that's it. That's the goal. Yeah. I mean, there's other goals above that, in that there's like, for me, like I want to build like a mega multi-million-dollar company. And like, it's not like I want $1 million. Like, no, I want to make a company that's like a big time company, so that we can have like hundreds of millions. Like, I just want to create an amazing company. That's just one of my goals and aspirations. And that's that's just something that I've always wanted to do and that I'm working towards. And the point of talking about this here in this format, and we're going to be discussing it as well too on our other videos, is that we're starting from zero. We're starting at ground zero, and I want to document the whole process of trying to achieve the goals. Yeah. There's so many channels out there and people that are talking, and there's great stuff. Don't get me wrong. They're like, how to be wealthy, or how to start a business, and how to be successful photographer, entrepreneur, whatever the case may be. And these guys are already successful, and it's great though, because they're showing the content. This is what worked for me, whatever. So that's good. So it's not knocking that, but I haven't seen anybody put themselves out there as like, you know what? I'm broke. I have nothing, but you know what? I'm going to start something, and I'm going to make something from $0 to $100 million or whatever. Yeah. And let's go from there. I mean, there are some things you can kind of use an example, but there's not that many people that are putting themselves out there at you can even say a position of vulnerability in a way of like, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to,
Yeah.
like,
I
for
was
me,
just
like,
going to
I
say,
wanna
like,
own I want to buy the Montreal Canadiens or whatever. It's like, I don't have $5 to my name, but hey, you know what? Maybe in 20 years
I'll get there.
of hard work, I'll get there. And you know what? Here's the proof.
Yep.
All these videos. Remember that first video that these guys
Yeah.
did where they're talking about it? They had nothing. Here's
That's where they came
literally
from.
here's the blueprint. Here's the
Yeah.
game plan,
Yep.
because everything was documented.
Yep.
And
Oh,
that
for
is
sure.
something that I'm pretty excited to document. And you know what? Maybe it'll end up in spectacular flames. Like, who knows, right? But
Been there before.
been there before, and I'll try again.
Yep.
You pick
Of
yourself
course.
up, dust yourself off, and
Mhm.
get back in the ring.
Yep.
Because what else is there to do?
Nothing.
Anyways, so you know me. You obviously know me for a while. So what do you think when I'm constantly coming up with ideas or
Ugh.
things that I want to do for a business? Like, how's that like for you?
It's
What do you?
exhausting.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it. I love it, like, because it challenges me and it pushes me for sure to have aspirations, and to always be driving forward. But it is exhausting. I would not want to spend a day in your head because be crazy chaos in there.
It's not that bad. It's just a lot of thinking.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. Like, and I think it's great. I think having, your partner be someone that is constantly willing and wanting to grow and learn, I think that's amazing. Like, and it always keeps, I think that's why, like, we get along, as well as we do. And
For the most part, yeah.
yeah. So is like, we're always challenging each other. And I think that's really important in any relationship. So you challenge the fuck out of me sometimes.
Yeah. I think it's important to note too, that, like, this whole nut up thing that we're doing right now, that's a lot of it is really your idea as well too. And for to meet your goals and your aspirations,
absolutely.
because for the longest time, you've always been interested in fitness and nutrition. You've always been,
It's always been my thing.
like, even when I've gone on my roller coasters of 200 pounds, 150 pounds, 200 pounds, through my roller coasters, you're always at a pretty consistent level. I think the most you've ever been is like plus maybe 10 or 15, like at the most, maybe like right after first year or something ridiculous like that, right? Where it was just fries and gravy or whatever. Oh, that was disgusting. That was disgustingly awesome. No, remember that?
Mine was grilled cheese.
I always had grilled cheese.
Always grilled cheese. Yeah. So good.
Grilled cheese. V1.
Yeah, no. So that's always been my interest, and figuring out like how to channel that interest into some type of career or some type of, income creating thing. I think finally this year it's kind of come to fruition, and I've kind of figured it out. And I think for me, to be honest, like, I didn't really expect to have an opportunity to have some type of income generating career, because I thought I'd basically be always with the kids, especially Tristan. And I think it's just within the last couple years that we've realized, he's going to be okay on his own, and I'm not going to have to always be there.
Yeah. Well, so I know you thought that, but I've always thought that it was going to be okay. And I always knew that we would try to come up with some way that we can still be at home and generate income as well too, so that we can obviously live. And you got to pay the bills, right? You can't just be like, screw it and go buy an RV and then travel the country. That doesn't work, right? You can't just do that.
No,
I don't know anybody who would try that. It'd be ridiculous.
People.
No, but
then I think again, like, that's another reason I think why you and I work really well is I'm way more cautious than you are, and you're way more.
Well, here's how things
willing to take risks.
Well,
but I think we mitigate it.
This is the thing. This is where I'm gonna push back. Is that
you don't?
I don't find them as risks as like they're calculated risks.
Yeah.
And and I never take a risk in that, like, well, if the dice doesn't come 7, then we don't have a place to live tomorrow. That's a risk, right?
Of course.
It's always been like, well, worst case scenario, I go get a job that pays $80,000 a year or whatever, right?
Yeah,
like, that's
not
that bad of a risk.
I know.
So, but here's how things usually work with us is that I'm always trying to push you to, like, like what say like what do you want to do, right? And to start some kind of, I'm like, you got to start some kind of business. And then you come back to me, it's like, well, you know, I want to, like, you're like, I like fitness or whatever, so maybe I'll go to Good Life and see if I become a personal trainer. And then I just lose my shit. I'm like, let me get this straight. You want to be like a personal trainer, get good at fitness, and your goal is to go work at a job that pays like $10 an hour, where you got to physically go there, be this awful salesman at these Good Life fitness places and try to push products to people and make such a shit living, and to do that, I'm like, why would you want to do this? You're like, well, it's a way for the door. I was like, no, if you want to get good at this kind of stuff, here's what you do: work out, get ripped, post pictures on Instagram of looking fantastic, and build a brand and build a business around what you do, and actually want to help people and put information out there to help people, because that is what's needed.
Yeah.
Not this stuff. And I always said, like, this is what we always have discussions. It's like, it's not about how much money you can bring in right now. It's like, oh, well, if I go there, I could make $60, $70 or, you know, whatever. Like, I'm like, that's not important. That's not going to help. It's like, I'd rather you go off and work at a job for 8 hours a day and, you know, bring in $120, whatever it is. Spend that 8 hours doing work on yourself and building a business. And then, you know, you make that much money from just working on your own business. That's worth so much more. And then it frees up that time.
Absolutely.
Because if you know, like
but this is the thing though, like you are and have always been an outside of the box thinker.
But is that outside the box? Doesn't everyone think like this?
No, they don't. So this is what, like, so that's why when you say like, what is it like for me with you and all these things, like, it's good because you're constantly pushing me and thinking about things that in a way I wouldn't have. So that's why it's good. But then there's times where you need to be reined in.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Like when? Give me an example of when I need to be reined in.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes you need like a dose of reality at times, or you have these amazing ideas, but it's like, okay, well, you got to think of the logistics. Like, how are you gonna, this sounds great, but how do you get there? And how does this look? And
solve one problem at a time.
Well,
don't worry about the 10th problem. Yeah. Worry about the first problem.
Anyways.
One thing at a time. So. That's what you have to do. Anyways, yes, we do complement each other really well in that aspect. Because when I do come up with ideas or whatever, and it's good to bounce them off you, and yeah, you say like, oh, well, how about this or this? And then I try to think of solutions or ways around that, because that's what you got to do. Yeah. But anyways, so like the whole thing about what we do here and what we're doing here is just to be honest about what we're doing. Like I said, like this is about the whole process of like nutting up. We want to get shit done, and we want to get to the point where we're living the life that we've always wanted to live. And it's like, enough's enough now. It's like, status quo is not getting us to where we want to be, right? Like, I mean, it's we want for nothing. We're not hurting by any means whatsoever.
But it's sucking the life out of you.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's like I have a great job. Let's just talk about this. I have a great job, and I really enjoy what I do. I'm working in data, and of course, the company that I want to make it to a multi-million-dollar company is called DataShift, and it's all about data management. So I love it. So I have I've done this on purpose to get myself the best possible job that I can get outside of working for myself. But there's just days where I would rather not go in, or I'd rather stay home because something's going on with the kids or whatever. I want to take them skating and it's only at noon or at 2:00 or whatever. Yeah. And then it's like, I can't do it. And it's like, I don't know, that stuff to me, it's like, it's soul crushing. It's like, I don't want to miss these things because I've already missed everything. You know, I've been working for forever, and it's, and for me, it really sucks. And I don't like that. And I don't want that. And that's not the life that I want. I don't want to end up missing everything of the kids, and then it's too late and it's gone.
Yeah, no. And I think even just being that example, whether things take off and are awesome, which I think they will be, or whether, you know, if we fail spectacularly like we have done before, I think even just having that example and role model for the kids, I think is really good, because you have goals and you work towards them, and being able to be resilient and get up and brush yourself off and continue to move forward with a
Yeah.
positive attitude. I think those are important lessons
Yeah.
for sure.
I think so. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. And yeah, failing is it's just learning. It's just learning how to
Well,
be successful, I think, anyways.
Well, and that's
some
what
people,
I always tell the kids. If they get a question wrong, they get really frustrated, especially in math. And I'm like, well, how do you learn? Are you going to make that mistake
Yep.
again? No,
Yep.
because you learned from it.
it's like when you're learning how to walk, you fall down the first time. That's it. You're giving up.
Yeah,
You're going to quit, never going to get up again.
Yeah,
I just
no.
got to keep
exactly.
getting up, keep moving forward. And yeah, I don't know. That's something that I'm always going to do, always going to strive towards.
Of course.
And the first step is just
Yeah.
talking with you and having fun and putting
Yeah.
ourselves out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love it. I love this.
No,
I don't know. It's
and we do have fun. Like, we have a lot of fun, even though, yeah, I think we both work pretty hard at this, but we have lots of fun.
yeah. And I'll just, everything about what we're doing is about being, I think I said this just a few minutes ago, is about being as open and transparent and honest as possible about what we're doing. And so for what we're doing right now, our main goal, of course, is to get very, very fit and learn as much as we can about the science of nutrition. And you've been reading textbooks. Like, it's insane, right? Like, you know more than what doctors know. Like, if we go into a doctor and say like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight or whatever, what do you think? They're going to be like, they're not going to know. They're just going to spew out maybe Canada's food guide or something like that, or you could eat 7 meals a day or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Eat less, move more.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
paradigm.
yeah, thanks. So calories in, calories out.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's like, okay, like,
Doesn't
thank you.
work like that.
That's anyways, but
Yep.
you've learned so much, and we're continuing to learn, and like research papers, reading all this kind of stuff. So just finding out where we are, and what we're going to be doing is in combination with what we've done and how we're documenting what's working for us, what isn't working, all that kind of stuff. We're writing right now, and we're going to create this book that's going to have this massive amounts of information for people to have, and then we're going to make it available to everybody. Like, that's what we're working on. It's awesome.
Well,
like, I love it.
And I think, like, going back to what you said about how, like, there's no kind of like video or people that are kind of documenting their like day zero to whatever. I think it's like in terms of like entrepreneurship and business, but I think it's really similar within the fitness industry. Like, there are lots of people showing like their before and after pictures, but I think even just like the learning journey, because like before, my whole paradigm was tons of protein and you need to eat like 6 meals a day. And
I remember that wasn't good for a little gassy, let's just say. And my thing was like, is this really healthy? I mean, you are stinking up a storm here. This is what the hell's going on there?
Yeah,
it can't
my
be good.
stomach did not. Some of those protein powders.
Did you ever notice every time you put the protein powder on the grocery list, and I'm like, oh, they didn't have any. They were sold out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not buying that shit. It's not good for you.
It's not good for you.
Like, you're just having problems with it. It's not working for your stomach.
No, but the point is learning, like, using my scientific background, and okay, well, where's the science that actually
using my scientific background?
Like, where's the science that backs this assertion up? And in fact, there isn't any scientific evidence. It's just something that you were sold in these magazines and books. And so being able to go on this like learning journey that I've been on, and then being able to critically read some of these textbooks that I'm reading, and I'm like,
and even think about it.
I think you got that wrong, and where's your evidence to back this up?
Yeah.
So I think even just documenting that, I think is helpful.
Yeah, and think about what it was like back when smoking was under hot debate, and all the studies that came out saying that smoking is proven to not be harmful. In fact, it's actually good for you, or whatever. However it was. I don't know the specifics, but like. My parents are big time smokers, I think. And I think my mom was saying how like the doctors were saying it's good to smoke or whatever, or they'd smoke in the actual doctor's office or whatever.
My grandparents said that all the time. Yeah.
So it's crazy. And that was the norm. So, and if you read studies back then, they would say that smoking is healthy. So think about that.
Brought to you by Philip Morris.
Yeah, no, like who paid for the funding? Exactly, right? So you have to think about these kinds of things even when you're reading scientific publications. And for me, a lot of times too, like if you're reading something, or if I'm reading something at work or whatever it is, I'm like, where's the funding source behind this? Someone's talking about this and this about oceans, or here's what the state of I don't know, whatever, the dissolved oxygen, whatever, the
Yeah.
phytoplankton, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they come up with a certain report. It's like, okay, well, who funded,
Who funded you?
your study? What does this mean? Especially when things are, especially in health. I mean, you have to think about what big pharma is putting out there, how much money they're investing into research and funding other people's careers. And the thing is too, I was actually talking about this at work the other day, like academia. I mean, it's all about publications.
Yep.
And it's not even about like how well you teach or whatever. It's about publications and how many publications are you putting out there, which is in turn going to say how much funding you get, which is going to keep your lab, it's going to keep yourself employed.
Yep.
And so if the goal of academia is to publish papers as quickly as you can and as many as you can, how's the quality? Who's paying for the funding?
Absolutely.
You know, like big oil pays, I don't even know, millions, billions of dollars to fund research in terms of whatever. And then, you know, they're like, okay, well, here's thank you for funding my program. Here's my, you know, results or whatever that kind of shows that, digging for oil isn't very harmful, or the oil spills aren't that bad, whatever. Right. Like I'm just that's not an actual study or anything like that, but I'm just, the point is,
you're influenced by who your sponsors are. Well, it's even
when the dairy industry puts out a study saying that milk is really healthy for you or whatever, brought to you, you know, obviously that's what the conclusion is going to be when they're funding the research.
Well,
so you just have to be careful.
Well, like I was just telling you yesterday about different conferences for doctors about things like diabetes that are actually sponsored by Coca-Cola and Nestle. It's like,
what's going on?
What's going on here?
Yep.
Yeah. So no, it's interesting.
Yeah. So anyways, we're working away hard at business goals.
Yep.
And lifestyles and health and fitness. And that's, I don't know, I guess, I don't know what the real topic of this episode is today, but it's just about the philosophy of why we're doing this.
Well, and I think
what's important to us.
Well, and I think the one thing we didn't really touch on too is, obviously health and fitness and quality of life are really important. And that's been like our main focus. But then the whole point is to be healthy so you can enjoy life and you can do things. And I think that's one thing that we've tried to focus on within our family, is having these experiences and adventures rather than having things. Like we don't have any knickknacks up around the house. We barely have any pictures hung in the apartment. And I think that's on purpose, because we don't need it, and that makes me have to dust and clean more.
More of a minimal design and lifestyle
but I think that speaks to what's important to us. And, you know, like yesterday we didn't spend any money, but we had an amazing day.
Except for gas, I guess you can say.
Yeah, but we had an amazing day at the beach. It was amazing. We were like the only ones on this huge, gigantic beach.
Except for that person that was swimming in the ocean.
Oh, it was crazy.
That's probably, I don't know, it's probably 14 degrees, 12 degrees Celsius, what the water is.
It was not, the air temperature was not warm. And it was windy.
It was windy. It was cold.
It was cold.
There's someone swimming away doing, they're in there for a long time too. It wasn't just like going in, going out. They're in there for a while.
But it would have been fun because the waves looked really awesome.
Well, their waves are always,
awesome.
They always look like fun.
But like we had so much fun, and that's a memory that I'll always have, because the beach and the ocean is my favorite place in the whole world. So but I think that's the point, is, you know, what is the end point goal? It's to have a good quality of life, to be able to enjoy these things. And
Yep. Agreed. If I was to say, maybe to give advice to anybody, not that I'm a good person to give advice to.
Is someone asking for this advice? Or
no, but just in terms of like what we're doing. And if people are trying to get any kind of like, I don't know what I want to do with my life or whatever, I guess would be just to start writing down the things that you want to do. Like, what is it that you want? What are your goals in life? Write them down and see if you can come up with a path towards getting there. So at least if you write it down and maybe you look at it every day, you know, I want to lose 10 pounds or something like that, or I want to have this type of career or job. Write it down and start working towards moving to that goal. And like, that's what we're doing. I want to be 25 pounds less right now. I want to start a company that's going to bring in $5,000 a month you know, starting next year or whatever, so that I could really start ramping up and whatever.
Yeah.
These are my short-term goals that I'm working towards, and I'm trying to figure out from there how I can go about achieving those goals.
Yeah.
And you got to start and just work towards it every day. Figure out what you need to do to get there, and then just do it.
Well, and just even something small, because I think that's the big thing, is if you do something small towards your goal each day, even if you don't think you have a lot of time, that small step, it'll avalanche, because then you'd be like, oh, that felt really good. I accomplished that for this goal today. And you'll want to do more, and it'll just kind of.
Absolutely. Even if your goal is I want to be able to do, you know, 200 push-ups, like just wake up in the morning, roll out of bed, and just do a set of push-ups, just do push-ups, whatever. Yeah. And that's it. It's done. Every day. Just do a little bit.
Yeah.
You want to go for a walk 30 minutes every day, you know, just get moving. If you want, if fitness is your goal.
Yeah.
For business, if you want to do something, start a podcast. You don't even have to get these mics. Just get your phone and get a mic on there and just record. Start recording it and put it out there.
Yep.
Just put that shit out there. Get some kind of camera. You have a cell phone, record. These things being recorded on cell phones right now, right? Super simple. Nothing complicated at all. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're not going to look like the Joe Rogan podcast right off the bat.
Although my mom said we looked like Joe Rogan, and it was the best compliment of my life.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Getting
shout out to my mom.
Yeah. Well, we gotta take care of our fan out there. It's just taking what you have and just doing it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be perfect. And if this podcast were to look exactly as I want it to look, we would not be launching.
No.
We would have nothing, because it wouldn't be perfect, right? It's not the best ever, you know. You can't go look at Casey Neistat and be like, I want my YouTube channel to be just like his. I'm going to do that. No. Like, that's not why he's successful, and that's not why you're going to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be successful, I think anyways, is that if people really take a hold of you as your personality and what you have to offer, and being genuine and being authentic and offering value to people.
Yep, absolutely.
And you just got to figure out what that is for you.
Yep.
And even if it's not about being successful on YouTube or whatever, it's just in life.
Yeah.
Find out what's important to you and do that. And stop hanging out with people that don't have the same opinions as you, or people that try to put you down. Like, how the company that you take is so critical into your success.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you want to be a business person, start hanging out with people that are very successful in business. Ask them questions, start understanding them. If you want to be a business person, don't hang out with people that don't like business, that work 9 to 5, that are always being like, oh, why would you want to do that? That's stupid. Like, you don't want to have that negative energy. You want to have that positive energy.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to be a professional gamer, start hanging out with people that game all the time. So you just talk gaming. You want to be a poker player, you're going to hang out with poker people, right?
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Gravitate towards those people that support your goals.
Yeah. And if they don't, then fuck them. You don't have time. Time is too short. Like, I don't have time to be hanging around with people that are putting me down all the time, or they're like, oh, come on, just do this, do that. It's like, well, no, I don't want to do that, because I'm spending my time working on the business, or I'm spending time with my family.
This is what my goal is.
This is what my goal is.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, tell them, this is my goal.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you say shit about it all the time.
Yeah.
Just leave me the fuck alone and let me do my thing. And if not, then get the fuck out of here. Sorry, I'm totally
we talked about this in one of our videos about having like a good support system, and I think that's what's been really important for us. Is finally for the first time we've been like on the same page about losing weight, and you're not coming home with ice cream every night and sabotaging my gains.
Says the person who made me buy ice cream yesterday after our walk to the beach. It's interesting that you brought that point up.
It is, isn't it?
You are what you eat. You are who, you're the sum of your friends, show me your friends and you get a good idea of what kind of person you are.
Yeah. Who says that? Somebody says that.
A lot of people say that. A lot, especially a lot of successful people.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, success is a relative term. Let's just say a lot of very, very multi-millionaires, billionaires say that. Yeah. Show me your friends. And the thing, like for my company too, it's like, there's so many things I don't want to do. I don't want to do this. I want to hire smart people to do it for me. And so I could learn from them, because I can't do it. And that's what you want to do. You want to, like, I want all the people that are surrounded by me. Like, I want to be the dumbest person, because that's how you learn. That's how you grow.
I really wish that like our leaders would be like that. Like,
The politicians.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're getting caught up in the elections. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
maybe we'll have another political. Yeah, but yeah, of course, it would be nice if our politicians were actually inspirational, as opposed to, here's the list of the things that I'm going to do, or even worse, here's why this person is an asshole, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Therefore, vote for me. It's like, you're not inspiring me to do anything.
Yeah.
You're not inspiring me to get better and to want to do things to improve the country. It's like, it's just, anyways, politics. It's so, no wonder people are so
disenfranchised.
Yeah. And it was like, I don't want to vote or whatever. It's like, it's
apathetic.
People think it's bad in the States. Yeah, it is. It's bad here too. I mean, our leaders, they're so uninspiring. Yep. And it's just, and then you're like, what are you going to do? Like, is anything going to change? So you have conservatives, then you have liberals, and it's all the same.
It's all the same.
It's anyways,
Yep.
but yeah, don't be like politicians, because they
suck.
They're just, be an inspiration. Be an inspiration to the people around you, and try to do the best you can, and be positive, and hang out with positive people.
Yep.
And so you can make a change.
Absolutely.
That's what we're trying to do anyways.
Yep.
And that's why you're listening to this podcast right now.
Yay!
Right? All right.
All right.
Anyways, I don't know. That's rambling.
A little bit.
We're all over the place, but
That's okay.
Whatever. That's what this
It's
is
our
all about.
podcast. It's our podcast.
Talk about whatever the hell I want. It's my show. I can talk about whatever that damn well I want. I please. If I want to do this podcast naked, that's my prerogative, and I'll do it. God damn it! Wait,
please don't.
We're on video. Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah. All right. I won't. But anyways, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah. Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
For sticking around all this time, listening to us ramble about whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited, because next episode, or actually I don't know what episode it's going to be, but we're actually going to have somebody on the guest.
Our first guest.
It's
so
going to be awesome. Talking about all things related to health and fitness. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Cool.
And yeah, some other stuff that's in the pipeline. Going to be talking a whole lot more about science.
Love science.
Talking a whole lot more about...
science is tight.
My science is tight.
It's tight.
You should put that shit on a t-shirt.
Oh, we should.
Is there anything like that? My science is tight.
I don't think so. I should put that on the back of...
Write that down.
Put it on the back of my pants.
I hope you got a big trunk. Put my bike in it. My science is... Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah. You can put that on the back of your pants if you want. Anyways, on that note.
Crisp high five.
All right.
Nice one.
Have a good one.
Bye.